Hi, my name is Teria with Piece and Make. I am coming to you from my craft studio. Just kidding, just my sewing room. I wanted to talk to you about some ideas and an idea that I just had for fabric. So I don't know what type of format I'm going to post this in, but I just want to get this idea out so that I can refer to it later. So I won this fabric. I go over the details in another video, but it is a structured brocade it's a structured brocade fabric, and it's double-sided. I've been like, just as things come to me, I'm like, okay, let me write this idea down. So this is instead of writing it down, I'm going to record it so I can refer back to it. Don't mind my sewing table or the background. I am creating many things right now, so it is not the neatest, but I wanted to go on ahead and record this before cleaning. So I was scrolling on Instagram and came across a post with this this skirt. It is a pleated brocade skirt. What I want to do is I've seen people do miniature versions of a pattern or a design idea. So what I'm going to do is take this muslin fabric and I want to pleat it similar to how it is on that picture, so that I can see if my idea is easy to recreate as I think it is in my head. So instead of like cutting into a big piece of muslin, I'm just going to cut out a small piece. So I'm just going to go through that process and talk through it. Okay, so all I want to do is cut a square or be a rectangle because I'm not going to do an accurate measurement. What I think will achieve that look is just to cut out a square and then pleat it. Okay, so I have these two pieces of muslin fabric, just a rough cutout. I didn't do any measurements or anything. So my goal is to pleat this top part, and I want to see what the bottom looks like, if it has the same shape as what I saw in that picture. So let's see if I can zoom in. And bring you all down so that you can see that better. Once again, sorry for the mess. It is what it is. Let me know in the comments if your sewing room is clean or messy while you are creating. Not when you're done with the project. When I'm done with the project, I clean. But in the middle of it, it just looks like a whole bunch of ideas. Like, it looks like what's going on in my head, which is just a whole bunch of stuff. So this will be the front of the skirt. What I saw is pleating here, pleating there. I really think it's just one big pleat on the front, but when I get the actual fabric cut out, I can play around with it. But I saw this from a person I follow on Instagram. I'll see if I can pull it back up, who she is. Spark and Pepper is her name. Yeah. So she paired a brocade skirt, white brocade skirt, with a sweater. And I was just like, oh, you don't have to make it like fancy when you wear brocade. So I'm trying to think of like everyday, how to dress fancy every day and everyday wear, and you just do it. So pairing, I have plenty of sweaters that I could pair this with, and that would be cool. So I pleated the top. It is still very rectangle. It's not cinched in enough. So I need it to look like that. So I guess I'm going to have to gather it more than once. Let me try to bring this center pleat in more, because I think that this design will work. I'm going to try to pleat it twice. See what that looks like. And then when I get the actual fabric, I'll know for real like how many pleats I need to do in order to achieve the goal of what I just saw. This is my first time doing this kind of like mini test version, but I've seen it over the years from different creators, and I finally am taking a stab at it. So you can see that it's becoming more of like a dress. So I think, yeah, that's it right there. It's smaller up top, and then it's gonna fan out at the bottom. So I'm gonna do the back piece as well. And I think that this, if I just have to do a front and back piece, and then I guess for the waistband though, it doesn't have a waistband. It's just, I think it's facing that goes in to create the waist. Like waist facing, I don't know what it's called, but I think there's a piece of fabric that you cut and then you stitch it to the back of this and fold it down, and then that's going to be your facing, and this part is just going to be like a clean finish. Oops, sorry. And this part is going to be a clean finish like that. So still doing these pleats to see what the back will look like. And I guess I could cut the back into two different pieces. Yeah, I think I would do that. I would cut the back into two different pieces, cut it down the middle so that I can have a zipper. Actually, it'll probably, instead of cutting down the middle, I can probably just add a zipper on the side seam. That'll be easier. So here's the back piece. It's still pretty wide, but when I do this in real life, I'll just do more pleats around the waistband. And then when you put them together like this, you sew it. So to mock up me sewing it, I'll do like a 1/2 inch seam allowance. But since I'm not going to sew all of that together right now, I'm just going to pin it so that I can get a better visual. I'm going to pin the side seams together. Like so. And then once you turn it inside out like you would with a garment that you're working on, ooh, look, this is what my skirt will look like. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you can visualize that, but I can see, I can totally see it. Let me bring the camera back up some. See, that's what my skirt would look like. And it would be a structured skirt. And the sides, once it's ironed and everything, it'll flare out. And then be stiff at the top. Okay, I think I'm going to do that. And then what I'm going to do with these pleats, I'm not going to stitch it up here. I'm going to sew the pleat down because that's how that inspo skirt is. I'm just going to sew each of the pleats down and then let the pucker start down there, or where it starts to spread out, whatever that's called. But yeah, all right. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. It's so exciting. Very cool. Yeah. So I guess that I'll keep this for inspo. I can move the camera back up. Okay. I guess I can. Okay. I can use this for inspo to remind myself what I'm going to do is turn this fabric into this skirt. It's very easy. It should be a quick project, and that'll be it. So I measured out, not I measured, but I put the fabric up against my body to see about how much of the fabric I'll need to cut the skirt out, and I realized I have enough to make a top, which makes me really excited. The top that I'm thinking about is from New Look pattern 6163. It is this one, and then it's a simple back. I'll probably end up making that a keyhole, and then this way I can wear a blouse. Like I can do a button up with a collar and long sleeves. Like I'm thinking about something like flowy, or even like a cotton button up, or some type of long sleeve blouse for the wintertime, or a jacket. So pairing this with this skirt will be, oh, it's not even focusing in. Pairing that with the skirt, I think that that would be very cute. I want to do a quick sketch on what I'm thinking this outfit will look like. I really like this neckline. It's kind of like, it's not a square, it's not a circle, because it has this like curve at the bottom. Then I'm going to draw my armholes. My arm side, yeah, that's the proper term. So I don't want it to be super long. So I'm actually probably going to cut it and then make my skirt like high-waisted. So it's gonna go, my skirt's gonna be like up here, but because I don't know how to visually draw that, I'm gonna make it as two separate pieces. And then we've got the skirt, which is going to be as wide as my waist and kind of balloons out like so. Normally I would make this in pencil, but it's harder for the camera to pick it up. So I just wing it and draw it with a pen, so that you all can see it. But what's going on is this middle is like that. And then I have another pleat right there. And then it's like going out. Can't really draw the pleat lines too well. But yeah, so that's just that. And then I'm gonna do a side zipper. Not sure which side I'm gonna make it on right now. And then this has a dart. It would be cool to make this like an opening right here. So I want to open the seam here. When I do my drawings, I don't do a fashion design drawing like on a person or a mannequin looking figure. I just like to draw it how it would look on a flat pattern. Like in the manufacturing process, there's something called a tech pack. And I kind of like that better. I'm not showing all of the pattern pieces. A tech pack will show like the front and back pattern pieces, but sometimes I do when I'm trying to think about how, like if I'm self-drafting a pattern, then I'll do that. This will be self-drafted, but I mean, it's a square. It starts off as a square and then I pleat it. So I'm not going to draw that full pattern. Let me see if I have an example. So kind of like this, I wanted to change the sleeve from being a straight regular sleeve to making it more of like a bell. So this is what the pattern piece initially looked like. And then to get that shape up there, that's how I had to change the pattern. So that helps me visually to see. I'm more of like a technical draw person, technical artist with this. Me drawing it on a figure, I can't tell what it's going to look like for me to make the pattern look that way, like the actual pattern pieces. So yeah, this is what it'll look like. I really like that a lot. I like that so much. So yeah, that's what we'll do. And even the shirt that I'm currently making, this Mallory blouse from Vicky Sews, I could actually wear it, because look, you don't know what the blouse looks like, but because it's a digital pattern, I have to put like a picture up. But this is the fabric and it complements this fabric. So I can actually wear this as an undershirt for this in the wintertime, which makes me very excited. Dang, this is kind of like becoming a collection. The ideas of what I want to make. But yeah, oh my gosh, okay, I'm really excited now. Yeah, so that's what I want to do. I'm going to keep this idea because I already have 3 patterns in front of this. Or I could jump that original idea and make this. I could go on ahead and finish making this shirt, and then I can make this outfit. Because the other thing I wanted to do was make a blouse and some pants. But I can make this skirt, this shirt, and finish this blouse. So we'll see what happens. Y'all let me know what you think I'm going to end up doing, because I don't know right now. I have too many ideas and not enough time. So also, I sew very slowly, so that doesn't help. So yeah, if you want to join along with this journey of me rebuilding my wardrobe to fit my ever-changing postpartum body, like and subscribe. We're going fancy this time with my wardrobe. Before, my wardrobe was casual, and now I'm doing business casual to dressy for everyday looks. I have a website, peaceandmake.com. Instagram is @peaceandmake. Everything is peace and make. So that makes it easy for you. On Pinterest, I'm not very active on Pinterest yet, but I would like to get active on there at some point, so you can go ahead and follow that. I do have some things on there already. It is on Pinterest. I'm at Piece and Make It as well. So yeah, alrighty, bye.